Tropical Thunder. It spans across several nations. However, what we're going to be comparing in this video is to see if this vehicle is overhyped or if it's actually really good. So, I'm going to add a point for things that I think it does well for. I'm going to remove a point for things I think it does poorly in. Great plane is a plane with actually above 0 points. A not that good plane would be one with less than 0 points. And a good plane, or a plane that is viable in the meta, is a plane with 0 points. So, we're also going to go over the pros and cons of what I have found from my experience with the P51C. The pros that I have found are its high speed, its good maneuverability, its accurate guns, and, well, in general, its Mustang. The very large cons are its low burst mass, its reasonably poor high climb for its powerful engine. It's at 3.7, that's a pretty big con. And it's actually got, in my opinion, a pretty below average structural integrity. Start off with the pros, you have its speed, which you can't really tell in this turn fight, but as you probably saw earlier, it's got very strong acceleration. It will easily outrun most opponents at its battle rating, and it's got really good acceleration to around 300 to 360 miles an hour. I would say that's actually a point bonus because it will outrun anything. If you're in a turn fight, you can actually I've done this sometimes. Cliff out of your turn and just go straight, and the enemy actually can't even get you because you just outrun them with your really high acceleration. Don't do it if you have a damaged engine, obviously. Secondly, as you can probably see in this turn fight, its maneuverability isn't actually that bad for a American fighter. Also, that guy just sucked. He just stopped midair. But I also have pretty high, what do you call it, modifications on this aircraft. But its maneuverability for an American fighter is rather good. It's also got some pretty good armor plating. I don't know if if I show you at any point, but it's got like a 30 millimeter protective glass around the cockpit and like 12, 13 millimeter armor plating behind the cockpit. So it's actually reasonably hard to have a cockpit snipe. I'd say it's actually 1.5 points. That's one of its stronger suits, besides the engine. Its other thing that you're gonna see here is its guns. It's got really high gun accuracy. Um, Targets 900 meters away, even like 1.2 kilometers. I did that a couple matches ago. You'll hit them. It's very rare that a target, if your shots are nearby-ish, that'll miss it. Because it's, for some reason, even without the upgrades, it's got very good gun accuracy. However, there's actually a con, but it's not really super major. It doesn't have actually a lot of ammo, in my opinion. What I've found, it doesn't have enough ammo where you can really range test that well. And, I mean, kind of a bonus, kind of a downside. Another thing about I just want to ask you, once again, 63, but another thing that you probably have noticed, it takes a very long time to overheat compared to the P83 or P38 and the A36. So that thing is actually pretty good. However, because it has less ammo, I'm gonna give this one half a point. Um, and finally, I know we're not on the Mustang anymore because I don't have enough video footage of the Mustang. Ass is the Mustang. Finally, my final pro for the Mustang is it's really actually cool. It's a Mustang. It's got great, what do you call it? There's the A36. Yeah, it's a pretty big cut, sorry about that. But it's got really, really, really cool customization options. There's a ton of super sick camouflages that I really like. Um, but really, there's a lot of customization for it. It looks super, super cool. It's got a really clean design compared to several other American planes that might too. I really like it. It doesn't look like grungy like the P83. P38. Damn it. That's one point as well because it's super cool design. Now, you can't tell because I'm playing the A36 here, but my biggest problem with the P51C is its guns. Jesus Christ, at a 3.7 fighter should not have only 2.16 kilogram burst mass. It's its biggest flaw. You only have 450 cals, and as I said earlier, probably, when you shoot with those 450 cals at the really long range, you're going to get hits. You're going to hit. However, as I said, it's going to be hits. I've jumped close to 400 rounds in people before at 500 meters, 600 meters, no criticals. Because its guns just sometimes do not hit at all. Because, like, the sturdier aircraft at this BR, I do not know why the aircraft at this BR are just so sturdy. It's really, really insane. So they're really only effective when you boom and zoom, like when you dive down really fast and far, or when you go in against bombers. And it may just be an arcade. I mean, I've seen people play in RB, and it's really like night and day, you know. There's really, really powerful, not really, really, sorry. They've got really, they're just like one-shotting, two-shotting people. But in arcade, it's nothing. I mean, there's practically no damage that I deal with 450 cals in arcade. Another pretty big con that I've found is it lost speed during time. Probably didn't notice it in the type of the other fights, but we were actually losing constantly, and by the end of that fight, I was still very slow. I mean, it's got a very, very fast rate of climb at 17 meters per second, which, I mean, in American units, I don't know. Even though I am American, I'm not that smart. But it's really sad that it has that low rate of climb. Or, well, low retention of energy during climb. I don't know what you'd call it. Basically, it can go pretty fast up, but not for very long. Uh, it's really sad because it's a really powerful engine. I mean, I've had it at 15, 20-degree inclines with an engine that, you know, far outcompetes, I would say is the proper word there, outcompetes anything at its BR, and the P38 can do a 15 to 20 degree climb with like maybe 4 or 5 miles per hour lost very slowly. I've had the P P51 lose 10, 15, 20 miles very, very, very quickly. And the final like super major con it has is being at 3.7. I mean, that's just despicable, the fact that it's at 3.7. And, I mean, you're fighting FW-190s with burst mass of 5 kilograms. And the final complaint that I've noticed is its structural integrity seems really low. I don't know how to check that out, but it just does not seem to have a lot of structural integrity. Um, so that's definitely going to get off half a point, even though it's just something I've noticed. And also for the high tier thing, it is going to be a 1 point off reduction. Lastly, let's tally up the points, and it's at its negative 0.5. All right, it's fine. It's a good aircraft. However, I think it's been a bit too overhyped by several people in the community, especially several larger YouTubers who do like realistic only. I mean, it's got great customization, as you can see me messing around here. However, its guns and its BR really destroy it. I mean, its turn is great for any American fighter. I mean, most American fighters have like 23, 24-second long turns. It's got 20. Actually, not 23. 23 like when you start out, but it had like 21 when you started out. 22. It's got a really strong turn rate. However, I feel like this plane should be a 3.3. At 3.7, it's just outcompeted by several other nations because it consistently gets up tiered into things like the FW 190A4, which has a 5 kilogram burst mass. While it's like 60 miles an hour slower, it's still very strong. So, hope to see you next time. I really hope this review has been important. I feel like, as final remarks, simply just make it a 3.3 aircraft and it'll be amazing. See you next time.